Welcome to episode 34 of Stream Roulette. I'm Daniel Towns with Steph Broadbridge.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. And this week we watched Love is Blind.
Love is Blind. We did, and I liked it.
All right. Well, let's
give it
do
up
it.
now.
Welcome to episode 34 of Stream Roulette. I'm Steph Broadbridge. I'm here with Daniel Towns. How are you, Daniel?
I am good. How are you?
Good. We've been doing our shows together.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've lost we have now. We've completely lost our buffer zone on this podcast.
What do you mean?
Well, like this episode will be out in less than a day now.
Yeah.
Like we had a backup one in case something happened, and then something happened, and now we're back to the skin of our teeth on a weekly schedule.
That's true, but we love it.
No, we do. We love the pressure.
It's a joy.
We do. But to be honest with you, I actually enjoy doing it the week of.
It is better, yeah.
Yeah, because the show's fresher in your mind as opposed to...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, like, just topical stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can't be too far ahead.
Yeah.
You know, it's
like imagine if we were talking about the Queen in a month. How embarrassing would that be?
Yeah, I mean, podcasts are topical enough as it is. You know what I mean? Unless it's,
We're just like one day behind Twitter. That's all we're allowed to be, I think, on a podcast.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it has to be a longer take and a better one.
Yeah, true.
Or it's pointless. Yeah. Yeah, we have been doing our shows together, and I like this time of year. Everyone always seems to line up other gigs too at Fringe time. Like every year it's always like, oh, can I go on first? Can I go on? I've got to go on,
Well, it's building the new material time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
so everyone's a little bit shit and everyone's a little bit tired.
Yeah.
But everyone's in it together. So
I like it. It's my favourite
it's really fun.
time of year. And I've just put no pressure on myself this year.
Which is great.
And it's been even more fun. Because I know if I panicked and did, I probably wouldn't have. And it's like, all right, I can get through this.
Yeah.
You know, there's some things I want to talk about, but if I wrote them down, I don't think...
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I would have been able to do them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just thought, let's see what happens.
Especially the subject matter you're talking about, because you're tackling some difficult subject matter.
Yeah, some of it.
Not all of it, yeah. But some of it can be like in less... I don't know what the word is, professional hands. I imagine it couldn't be dealt with, but you've got the skill set.
I think it's more I've got the emotion behind it. So, that's
what I was going to say. Yeah.
I can say, because it happened. And I hit the jackpot the other night, with the doctors in the front row.
Oh, on stage. Yeah. You got an in.
Oh, it was so the first one. He was rehabilitation. So he oversaw a bunch of physios and there wasn't much there,
right.
And then I went to the next one. What do you do? And she's like, I'm a doctor too. And I'm like, oh, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I'm an OBGYN. And I was like, oh, let's go. And that was fun. And then the next one, it's like, you're a doctor? And he's like, yeah. And what do you do? And he's like, drugs and alcohol. And so, there it is. There it is. And just the drinking stuff. Even because I asked about medication and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, there's multiple. And I listed a couple. And she's like, and then she goes, oh, he knows what's up.
Oh, boy. Yeah. You don't want to be impressing a doctor with how many medications you know.
Yeah. I mean, but they're quite common if actually they're probably not, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Have you done any other gigs this week or just the ones?
I had another one last night afterwards, which was quite fun, but started quite weird.
Oh.
I was just sometimes when someone will say something before they bring you on and it...
the host?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, now I've got to deal with that before...
Oh.
But there was no intent to it.
No.
It was just something I didn't want to have to... on a Saturday night in the city, have to qualify. But anyway...
What's the worst way you've ever been brought up?
The worst way I've ever been brought up. See, that's a hard one to ask me because I don't really care.
Okay.
I've said I care, but if they get the worst thing they can do is get your name wrong, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't care about that.
No.
You know what I mean? Because the audience doesn't know it and remember it anyway.
Would you correct them or would you just pretend
No, I've said to people, bring me on as Donald Duck if you forget. I don't care. I'll come out.
Yeah.
Just you say 2 words, I'm coming out.
Yeah.
You could say this is Meat Grinder. and
Yeah.
I'll be there. You know, like I don't really. But I think the worst ones are when it's like a corporate or like a private thing, and it's not a comedian. And I learned this very quickly. Like it's not a comic bringing you on, and they just go. They don't say you're a comic, and this doesn't happen anymore because I've learned to tell them, and they'll just go say something like, "All right, so it's time for a laugh.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the stage, Daniel." You know what I mean, or something like that, and then you have to deal with everything at the start and say what you are and what you know, and you shouldn't have to tell them what you do.
No. And they get the rhythms wrong. That's what I've noticed.
Oh yeah.
Like they don't say your name at the end so that there's no clap. So you just go into the stage with no clap. I can tell you the two worst ways I've been brought up on stage, and they're both Kyle Legacy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So he used to, and he's done this to a few people, I'm not special,
Yeah.
but he used to bring me up as an active pedophile.
Really?
Yeah, not a pedophile,
An active one.
an active pedophile.
I mean, like if it was a. Oh yeah. I mean, that is obviously very bad.
Yeah,
What was your relationship with him?
we didn't have one.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and then when I found a workaround for that, he changed it. And now he brings me up as the woman he's going to marry,
Oh really?
which I think is worse.
Yeah, I think that's worse.
Because if they don't like him, I'm now connected to him.
Hey,
And if
Carl.
they do like him, me shitting on him doesn't work.
I gotta say though, and he does get liked. Like,
He's very likeable.
You know, I won Melbourne Comedy Festival. Like it was probably the first one they did, the four of them. And
Yeah.
like they were in some shitty venue on the arse end of town. Their show was at like midnight.
That could be any year for them. But
No,
yeah.
but this was the first one. This was the first one. And like I went and watched it one night. And like I gotta say, like I had a good time because it was just
Chaos.
yeah, but it was just
They're
it was,
fun shows.
Oh yeah, like it wasn't a contender for anything, and like
No.
the stuff they were saying on stage definitely took it out of contention for anything. But it was just the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like it was just some weird, and they target like backpackers and party people, and
It's
you know.
really cool, like especially when you're in the middle of a festival and everyone's freaking out about reviews, and it's all like, what's your point of view and what important message and how
Yeah, no,
have
they
you
were just having
how have you
fun.
subverted the form? And they're just like, we're gonna do a shoey.
yeah, totally. And like I don't agree
And
with
you're like,
some
I'm
of the stuff
kind
they
of
say, but-
I kind of love this.
Yeah, I got to say, World Bar on Sunday nights before it was a paid entry gig when it was free in the front bar.
Yeah.
And they had like a sausage sizzle at halftime, but they did it like it was purely to get backpackers in.
Yeah.
But it was always full, but it was that kind of gig on a Sunday night. It was a bit rough, but it was fun.
I call that getting laid comedy.
Yeah.
They're not trying to make money or further their career. They're just trying to pick up women.
Oh, you meant that side
Yeah.
of it. I thought you meant the style of the show.
No, but
like,
that's-
it's a bit, yeah.
That's the whole premise of those shows. It's like we'll make a show so that we can be stars for 2 hours and then have our pick of the women that are here that are going to leave the country very soon.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people do get into comedy to attract.
Yeah, but those
Yeah.
gigs specifically, like the after gig hang is more important than the gig. That's what I've learned.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm never around for that.
Or they don't talk to me.
I did a pretty quick exit last night from my second gig.
Yeah, right.
Well, there's just nowhere to hang.
No, there's no vibe there, is there?
Oh, there's a vibe, but I mean, there's no like backstage or so. As soon as you get off stage, you're just there in the room.
That's true. You've got
And
to. Everyone
has
walks
to
past
walk
you.
past you. And I just got off straight away and went to the sound desk, and it's like, all right, I got to go. I'm going to beat the crowd out, and then.
I do admire people that can have a chat after the show.
Oh, look, I have nothing against chatting.
But you know the people that like go and chat to them, and that's how they make all their incredible fans. Like I did a show for
Totally. Yeah.
Neil Kahaka
totally.
this weekend,
Yeah.
and that's something he's extremely good at. And he will stay back after the show for hours, making sure everyone gets a photo with him if they want one, and we'll chat to each person individually, thank them for coming.
Oh, and
I'm
he's very sincere as well, Neil.
No,
Yeah.
he's lovely about it. He'll remember them as well. Like he'll remember them at the next one and be like, "Oh, hey, you guys were at this."
Who's the.
It's an incredible skill, but it's not one that I have, and it's not one I will
that?
ever be able to do.
Fluffy guy?
Fluffy.
You know that dude? He had that DVD called Fluffy. I think he's
No.
he's in the States, but he's Mexican or South American, like Iglesias surname. He's very big.
Okay.
But he came out to Melbourne one year. I think and it's one of the big people that bring him out, like one of the bigger promoters at the comedy festival that brought him out, like in one of the bigger venues or the biggest kind of thing. And every night he had early shows.
Yeah.
like at something like 3:30 or something, and then he was there for like 6 hours after the show. Every day, just doing that. But selling merch as well. But like same thing. And just making sure everyone got a photo. And like some people are really good at it.
Yeah.
And I admire that, especially when they're doing it. Like obviously there's a financial benefit to it, but there's also the cost it takes.
It's
and
work.
the toll it takes on you. Yeah, it is. It's another 6 hours of performance.
Yeah.
'Cause you got, like, in the sense of you got to be on.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I admire the crap out of it. Like, anyone that's doing that deserves success, in my opinion.
Yeah. Those, who else? Fuck, yeah. Like, it's impressive. Tahir is very good at it as well.
Yeah, he is.
I've done it with Tahir on on a cruise ship once, and he'll bring, like, his small suitcase is, like, his clothes and all that kind of stuff, and then the big one is, like, all his footage, his DVDs and, like, all that kind of stuff, and shirts and hats and whatnot. But then after the show, he'll stand there for, but he'll also pay someone to, like, that worked on there, and I'm sure in the theatres it just comes with it, or the show manager does it kind of thing, but he will pay one of the people on the ship to, like, handle the money and do all the photos kind of thing every night, and then he just stands there for a couple of hours and just chats with people and takes photos. And it's not like, and it makes
So
it's good for them as well. But like, I mean, Heggie does it. Not that at the end of his shows, but Heggie stands there and, like, thanks everyone for coming at the end of his solo shows.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, that's not in his persona. Like, well, it's not what you'd expect when you see him on stage. You're not like, fuck, I didn't expect that guy to be at the door saying thanks for coming.
I kind of do expect it.
Really?
He's got very old-fashioned values.
Yeah, that's true.
And that is just polite. That's old school polite.
But I'll tell you what. Like,
and I love it.
it works.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely works. Yeah. Yeah, but one of the weirdest requests I've ever had as an MC, as a host, I would say, I still remember this. It was at a gig in Cronulla. I think it's the bowling club on the top of the hill there. Have you ever done a gig there? There's been many there in the last...
I don't know.
Well, anyway, and someone just came up to me, and it was just a newish act. And I was still quite new as well. Like, I was only probably 2 years in.
Yeah.
And anyway, they came up to me, and they're like, oh, can you bring me on as... I've got a stage name. Can you bring me on as Ball Sack? And I was like, yeah, no, I don't really want to do that. Like, but he'd been around a little bit. Like, he was kind of known as... Like, I'd already heard. Like, the legend of Ball Sack had kind of...
I mean... If you've met Ballsack, you remember.
Yeah, no, I hadn't met him, but I'd heard from other
you'd heard
comics.
of Ballsack.
Yeah, like other comics, so I kind of knew what I was getting into.
Is Ballsack still around under a different alias?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Imagine that. It's like, who is it? And you find out. It's like, oh, wow, imagine that really making someone's story. I had no idea.
And that guy is Peter Burner.
Oh, that's funny.
Should we get into the show?
Yeah, let's do it. Love is blind.
Love is blind. So I'll just read the tiny little blurb I found, which is men and women from all walks of life participate in a social experiment where they go on blind dates with each other and try to find love. So it's a reality TV dating show.
Yeah.
And it's hosted by the Lachey's.
The Lockies, yeah.
The Lockies,
yeah.
The double Lockies that are locked into their relationship.
They sure are.
And what did you think? You liked it?
I did like it. I got to say, like, straight off the bat, I definitely think they got the formula right for a relationship style. Well, not the formula, the stakes. Like, for a relationship reality TV show, and like in the fact that there was marriages planned and weddings planned and like all that kind of stuff. Like, it went from 0 to 100. There was none of this fucking, oh, do I like them? Can I see her?
And I liked the way when people left, it wasn't like a big deal and people didn't cry and shit.
Yeah.
You know how usually it's like the elimination's really important, but on this one it was kind of like, no, they're not participating anymore, so we don't even mention them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it just kind of moves on, doesn't it? Yeah. No, it was good. I mean, the whole dating thing is weird. Like, I mean, the show itself is fucking stupid. Like, from a meet someone perspective, yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, there's pods where they can't see each other.
It's just like a big room that's furnished, but yeah, they can't see each other through
a wall.
Like, it's like prison, but they can't see each other, but it's a nice prison.
Yeah.
Like the glass.
And they chat, but they're not allowed to look at each other, and then they have to agree on an engagement. Yeah,
with someone that they connect with.
Seeing each other.
Yeah.
And that's basically how it starts. So it's like the first 2 episodes is that, I think.
Yeah, that's up to the proposal and they're figuring out who they vibe with.
And then once they agree to be engaged, then they're allowed to see each other for the first time.
Yeah, then they meet.
But the stakes are pretty low in my opinion. I mean, there's no one on there that's like unattractive.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're good people or they're going to,
No. But the only barrier
Yeah.
is that you can't see them.
Oh, totally.
Because they're saying love is blind. It's like, yeah, but we're still finding out what he does for a living, how much money he earns, what his politics are. You can tell from his accent and his vocabulary what his socioeconomic status is. Like, we're not...
Totally. Yeah, totally.
Literally the only thing is physical appearance, which they also have described anyway. Like, what do you look like is quite a common question they ask.
Oh, and even their names, like Deepty.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, all right, yeah. And the dude that she ended up with for a while, that Abhishek or Sheikh, the old man that needs to grow up.
Yeah.
That dude, he's like, but people call me Sheikh. He's trying to be cool. I don't know if you noticed early on, but when they were first talking in the pods, she was mentioning how she was confident. Oh no, she wasn't confident because she's lost a lot of weight. And he was like, oh, wow, how much weight did you lose? And she's like, see, I don't like that. That's a superficial question. But he was trying to figure out, like, what? You know, yeah, he was trying to figure out what he was. But it was so obvious with the way he asked it.
Yeah.
And then she just completely shot it down.
There was one guy who was like, she was like, oh, I'd love to be lifted up at a concert. And then he said, would I be able to lift you?
Yeah, that's right.
Nothing subtle about that.
I thought it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what did you think?
Yeah, totally entertaining.
It's brainless.
I cannot deal with the pace of these shows, so I do skip a lot.
Mm.
But I did get through the whole first season, and I'm up to like episode 5 or 6 of the second season.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I did that in a week.
Yeah,
so
okay. Because finished the first one and the bonus episodes.
I got through a couple of those. I find the pace of those even slower.
Oh, yeah. But no,
But they found some real crazy people.
It was entertaining. It was that dude. What's his name?
Which one?
Was it Nick?
Which one's Nick?
Oh, the douche. That ended up with Natalie.
And Natalie, I'm sorry, I'm not good with their names. Was the loud one?
The Asian.
Oh, second season.
Is that the second season?
Yes.
No, that was the first season.
That's the second season.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can tell because the music's more expensive.
Yeah, okay, the second season. Oh, well,
they had like a Katy Perry song, so I'm like, oh, this must be the second season because there's no way they're paying for a Katy Perry song.
Because I messaged you and said we did the second season accidentally. So which one did you watch all of?
All of season 1 and half of season 2.
Oh, so you went the other way.
Yeah, I did it in order.
Oh, okay, because I did say to you, we actually...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, right, so I would have seen stuff that you haven't seen.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, that dude with him, like, he's excellent.
The bro guy.
Yeah, like he's a wanker, but like his energy is just like he was the one, honestly, that had me every episode. Kind of like I wanted to see what he was up to.
Yeah.
Have they gone out on their date yet? Where they go sailing?
And he gets seasick.
Yeah, just on that little.
Yeah.
And when he says to her, "Well, you popped my sailing cherry." It's just like everything you'd expect.
Yeah.
Wasn't he even a real estate agent?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Like everybody was just like he had muscles. It's like the dude Heggy's talking about this week.
Yeah.
Like a real estate agent with muscles. Yeah, it was so bad.
He's definitely the best character in that series for sure.
Yeah. When there was, I can't even remember because it was a while ago that we did watch it. But there was a few real creepy guys in there that didn't kind of get into the main one. I don't know. They had some really great kind of like little through lines where you're like, ooh, these guys are going to fight, and like the fact that they've all dated previously means that there's tension. So that's really clever. Yeah.
But yeah, they're all kind of attractive and I think they assumed they would be. So I know it's just a reality TV show. It's not supposed to be a proper psychological experiment, but the idea of like presenting it as that is outrageous because
totally.
It's all baked in.
His name's Shane, the realtor, sorry, not
That's
Nick.
right.
And Nick is the one that ends up with that Danielle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm not good at remembering their names. Sorry, I should have written their names down.
And who was
I liked the girl with the Instagram followers. I looked up her.
Which one was that?
The one that kept going on about how many Instagram followers she had.
Is that season 1?
Season 2.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I was curious, so I looked up how many Instagram followers she had. How many do you want to guess?
How many?
less than 10,000.
Oh, really? And she kept banging on about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. What do you think of the hairdresser, Shayna? The religious hairdresser.
Shayna.
The
Now,
blonde.
yes, I like her.
Yeah.
Yes, she looks like trouble.
Is she religious? Is she out and religious yet?
Oh, not a little bit.
Oh, she's super. Like,
Oh, okay.
And that becomes the whole thing.
Right.
Like and she's definitely trouble.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of want to tell you what happens, but I won't. But yeah, like she's also very superficial and.
I mean, yeah.
Like, but they're all kind of jacked. Like, he's probably a little rough around the edges, but like he's probably one of the most ripped ones.
Yeah. But I think we were saying on the last one of these that we looked at, because we've done another one of these reality couple shows before. Yeah. They hire them off Instagram.
Yeah. So they know what they're getting and what they look like with their shirts off. And
100% of the people on this show want attention. Like, there's no one there that's there for the right reasons, to use their own language back at them.
But then
so you're just dealing with like 20 people who want nothing more than attention for nothing.
And fame for nothing.
Yeah, fame and attention for nothing. And that is a strange breed of people. And yeah, if you put them in a room together, it's going to be interesting.
If you were young though, or like if you were smart, like, and didn't care, like it would be an okay experience.
Would it?
No, not okay, like interesting. Like if you went in going, oh yeah, like as a social experiment.
But you don't know how they're going to present you.
Well, that's true. That's where it gets ugly. But what about, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
And also, I think a lot of people that are like, I'd be great on that show actually wouldn't, because unless you're obviously
terrible.
The villain or obviously causing problems or obviously
a support role,
overreacting to things in a really dramatic way, then you're not adding to the narrative and they're not going to put you on there.
Who would you want to be?
None of them.
No, but if you had to be one
of those three,
if you had to be any kind of character within a like that kind of
the villain, 100%.
The villain,
yeah,
but an obvious villain or
like a sneaky, manipulative one.
Okay, because that's kind of what I was going to say too.
Yeah,
that's Ryan Reynolds in the TV show Oz. He just he's a lone Irish prisoner.
Yeah,
and he just but he plays all the gangs inside the prison off each other, like to his own benefit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if he wants someone killed, he'll tell the Mexicans, the homeboys. You know what I mean? And he gets one of them to kind of do his dirty work. Kind of.
Love it. Yeah.
Ryan O'Reilly, sorry.
That's the best character.
Yeah.
The problem is that the kind of people that watch shows like this, and it's not all people because I know everyone watches it, but a lot of the people that watch shows like this do not understand that you're playing a character and they will hate you in real life.
But I don't think they know they're playing a character. Like in that sense, I think it's like a bit like stand-up comedy where the producers are just heightening that one part of each person's personality and putting that across. If they're like, all right, well, she's the emotional one or he's the fucking, let's just get all that footage.
Yeah.
You know how comedy is like that part of your personality on steroids for 20 minutes or however long you're on stage?
Yeah.
Like, I think that maybe that's from a production side of things, maybe that's how they, because some people are just going to give you stuff. You know what I mean? Like some people are just it'd just be easy to pigeonhole how you're going to portray people. Like it wouldn't even be a choice. Like the editors and the producers would just be going, oh, fuck, she cries a lot, or whatever,
True.
It's just some people would just give it to her. And all they have to do is put you in a situation to get that out. Like I'm sure with the relationship ones, they're like, oh, you go talk to them one more time before bed after a fight. There's cameras on.
Yeah.
They know it's not going to end well.
Yeah.
They know it's going to give them an ad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because people can't control their emotions. That's why these ones are good.
And they're very tense situations.
That's why I think
I'd be terrified.
Oh, yeah.
The idea of sharing my space with a stranger while people watch me do that.
Well, you know what I find weird? I find it weird. It's like, oh, are you admitting you had sex on...
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because some of them hook up and whatnot. It's like, I can't believe you're admitting that already. But it's like, I'm an adult. Like, what do I care? They're adults.
Yeah.
But it's just such a weird, because
True. But do you think that's an age thing?
Oh, well, who knows, the timeline of how long they've been in that house, though.
No, but I mean, I think our age, you didn't go on about it like that.
Yeah, but I think,
whereas
how
now
old
it's
were they?
Tinder's changed that as well.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, how old were they?
Late 20s, early 30s.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say early 30s. Some of them look definitely a bit older. You could tell.
Well, I don't know how old they really are, but that's how old they're saying they are.
Well, there's that too, because some of them definitely look like this was their
From like 23 to about 34, I think is about the age range.
shot. There was that Shane guy, the one with Natalie. I don't know if you noticed, but he didn't blink much. Like, I think that's what I was like, he doesn't blink.
That's not good.
No, it's not good. But it was just like there was something, yeah, like he looked like he was fucking off his chops.
Probably.
Like on Ritalin or like maybe Coke or something, but like his eyes were just fucking
Yeah.
like really intense every time.
They still had those weird glasses, the gold goblets.
Oh, they do, don't they?
Yeah, they use those again.
Maybe they have to bring in their own because there's branding all over the hotels. Like, you know, like it's
But they weren't in a hotel, they were in one of their apartments.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
And they
that's
still had the gold goblets.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Is
Oh,
it
it's
so you
probably-
can't see what they're drinking?
Probably. Yeah, you're probably right. There's
just
probably
look at
just
their
water in there. Yeah. Would you recommend the show?
I would if you like that kind of thing.
If you like this
100%.
kind of garbage. Yeah, I definitely 100%.
Actually, even if you don't, if you're someone who's like, I don't really like reality TV, I feel like this is the perfect entry into reality TV.
Yeah. It's definitely,
Because they've nailed the formula. The people are completely watchable. It's pretty fast paced for a show like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of care, and I cared enough to kind of Google
Yeah, I did as well.
follow up
I had
stuff.
to Google as well.
Yeah,
And
which
like-
is always a sign that it has grasped me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was interested. And yeah, I did think the stakes were good, like especially because sometimes it's just like, will they hit it off? Like, whereas this one having to take it to an altar.
The wedding part seems next level crazy to me.
Well, that's the insane part of, like, if someone said, do you want to go on a TV show and potentially meet someone, and then when the show's over, guys can see what happened? You'd be like, oh yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. But
Yeah, it's like, do you want to be abandoned in a wedding dress,
On
which is
television.
most women's biggest fear? Yeah, on national television,
well, hey mate, some of the women could do it to the men
international
too.
television.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, that's so mean.
Oh, totally.
In front of your family.
Yeah, it had that generic synth music at the start too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After we've spent ages doing your hair and makeup and making you look immaculate and making this beautiful romantic thing, and we'll get one of your relatives to walk down the aisle with you so it feels real. We'll make it as real as we possibly can so it feels like a real wedding. And then you're going to stand there, and we know, we're filming you right now. You don't know, but we know that this guy's going to be like, no, not for me. See you later.
Because they've already got the pre-footage.
Yeah.
Of his, I'm not sure about this. No,
Yeah.
It's not happening. Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it is brutal. Well, that's why it's so watchable as well, because the emotional stakes are so high.
Yeah, true.
That's why
I found it hard to watch though, to be honest, that part.
Yeah, no, it was hard. Like, it is
Yeah.
hard but that's why it's so, because the stakes are.
Yeah, true. But far out.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have that in me.
I think probably it's one of the better, maybe the best dating reality show I've seen.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
found it interesting how some people were in the relationships like that. Who was the dude with? He's with Ayana. He works in security. Oh, Jarrett, the big guy.
Oh yeah,
Is it Jarrett?
maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think so. He hooked up with that Ayana, but because he worked in security at a nightclub and he was used to going out, he just kept going out and partying with his mates. And
Oh,
it was
right.
interesting watching once they'd settled down their personal behaviors and patterns spill over into their,
Yeah.
and the compromises they were having, consider
Yeah.
making. And
Well, there's ones from the first season still together.
really,
Yep.
I don't think any are from the second season.
And it's been like 3 years.
There was also really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Now the second season even has some cross-pollination,
Yeah, right.
where it's like, nah. And then it's like, oh, what about you though? We kind of hit it off.
Wow.
That's why it was so interesting. That's why towards the end, and I think that's why we did watch the extra episodes.
Yeah.
Because it kind of ended with some of them had kind of
Right.
switched it up. And it was like, oh, let's see what's happening there. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. So what next week?
Oh yeah. What are we watching next week?
Jeffrey Adama
Wow.
came up in the rotation, so that's good because it seems to be something a lot of people are
That is a reality dating show that's got a very dark ending.
Well, we've also had Gacy and
Yes,
Bundy.
so this one, if I've got it right, it's not him. It's not a documentary. It's
no,
like
it's an actor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an
yeah,
actor playing him,
And now, yeah,
and I've heard it's really good.
I've heard it's really good as well.
Yeah.
And I read a tweet the other day because I look at the trends on Twitter and like I've seen some like you see the images and like I know the look of the guy that's playing him and whatnot.
Yeah.
And someone posted a picture of him and Napoleon Dynamite next to each other. Of it like it's hard to see it now, like him without picturing Napoleon Dynamite. So I hope that doesn't make me look at it differently.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I don't know much about him. Like I know about him, but
I
like,
only know a little bit as
I
well.
think he was a bit. Even Gacy though, I didn't know that much about. Bundy was the one I had more. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've heard it's.
I know his story,
Yeah.
and I know like I've heard him interviewed. The real.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I wonder if
check
there's
that
a
one.
tapes of him.
There is.
Is there?
Yeah.
All right, I might have a look. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we'll be back for that one.
Sounds good.
All right. See you later.
Bye.